It's New Comic Book Day, so I'm going to break down the top indie books that I'm looking forward to this week for you guys in today's video. Alright, welcome back. And as always, if you are new to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe channel. If you're watching this video, let me know what you're looking forward to picking up today for New Comic Book Day, and be sure to drop a like on the video. Let me get into some honorable mentions first, and then I'm going to break down my top 10 picks for the indie books for New Comic Book Day. First up, I have one from Red 5 Comics. It's called Verge. Supposedly issue 4 is coming out this week. It's been on my pull list. I know my shop got issue 2, but it was damaged. But they never got issue 3, so I don't know if issue 4 is actually coming out today or not. We shall see, but Bryce McClellan and Dexter Wee are the creators on this one. And I really loved issue 1, and I haven't gotten to read anything else from this series yet. But it says issue 4 is supposed to be coming out for this New Comic Book Day, so I'm not 100% sure on that, so it just went into my honorable mentions for this New Comic Book Day. And then I also have a second printing on here that I want you guys to be aware of, and it's for Animal Castle #1. So it's getting a second printing, this one from Ablaze Comics, written by Xavier Dorison and art by Felix Delep. Really great first issue, so if you did not get to pick that up, go check out this second print so that you can get in on this story. Alright, so now I'm moving into my top 10 books here. First up, we've got my number 10 spot from AWA Upshot, and that is Knighted, issue number 3, written by Greg Hurwitz, art by Brian Reber and Mark Teixeira. And I just actually finished reading 1 and 2 finally. I had put it off for a little bit, and I'm glad I got to read those back to back because it's a very engaging story and the kind of a different take on that superhero vigilante story. So very interested in reading issue number 3 now that I'm caught up on the series, and looks like we're gonna be getting a good showdown coming in this issue. So very much looking forward to checking out that take on this one. And one that is in my number 9 spot is from a comic publisher that I'm not super familiar with called Comics Tribe. I have read one comic from them, I believe, one issue of a comic from them. This story from Rich Doek and Joe Mulvey, doing the art on this one as well. When a child goes missing on the grounds of an exclusive vacation resort, the investigation uncovers dark secrets hidden for decades and an unstoppable supernatural menace who will make this vacation permanent. Happy Hill is a vacation horror thriller available with 2 enhanced covers. Happy Hill reveals the horrifying truth about how far some people will go to be happy. The hills are alive with the sound of screaming. Seems pretty cool. Happy Hill #1. It's a 5-issue miniseries. So all you horror fans out there may want to go check this one out from Comics Tribe. So that one is new to me, but there must be some glitches on their website, because though I'm reading this and just refresh the page, now says January 26th for when that's coming out, so that one is not going to be coming out this week, but interesting story there. So we'll move on from that one. It may be coming out later this month. We shall see what happens there, but we're definitely got this one coming out tomorrow from Mad Cave Studios, and that is The Last Session #2 from Jasmine Walls and Dozer Draws. This one about a group of friends playing their last session of a D&D game that they started many years ago, and it's not only about that game, but the dynamic between the friends. And I really loved some of the humor in this first issue for this. So issue 2 coming out this week. super excited to see what happens next in this story. And I got some cool cover Bs for this series. They're the character sheets for the different characters in the story, and I love that extra detail that they've thrown into this and put those cover Bs. So I'm definitely going to collect them because I love a good character sheet. So that's my number 8 pick this week for the Indie Comics for New Comic Book Day. Taking me over to some Image Comics coming in at 7 and 6 coming up. My 7th pick is Stillwater issue number 12. This is going to be wrapping up the second story arc of Stillwater. Chip Zdarsky writing such an amazing story here. Mike Spicer, Ramon Perez on the colors and lines for the art. Ted and the Marines, Galen and the Children, caught in the middle. Is Daniel prepared to die? Can he? So you know, Stillwater is a town where people don't die. But leaving the town, they could. So lots of drama in this town and lots of secrets that keep coming out and some horrible things going on. So absolute masterpiece going on here from Zdarsky and Perez. So it is my number 7 pick this week. I guess it's a little bit of a lighter week. I don't usually get to talk about Stillwater because I know everybody knows Stillwater and knows it's a great story. So I usually focus on some of the other stories, but Stillwater still up there in some of my favorite reads when it comes out. And lighter week, so I get to talk about it. And this next one, which you guys know I read, but I don't ever put into my top because, again, I'm focused on some other reads, some things I want to bring to light. But this week, Department of Truth issue number 15 is my number 6 pick this week. James Tynion and Martin Simmons absolutely just been killing this story, and we have a story about the Mothman coming this issue. I love it. I love that we're getting the Mothman finally. It's the true origin of the Mothman, and this is gonna be a good one, I have a feeling. So very much looking forward to this Mothman story coming in issue 15 of the Department of Truth. So it's my number 6 pick this week. There's a great cover B by David Romero as well. So absolutely very ecstatic about this. And I think David Romero may be doing the art on the interiors for this one. Simmons is just doing the cover A for the book. So he is actually an artist that is in the Razor Blades magazine that Tynion's been doing. So that's where he's kind of gotten his foot in the door to do some art on Department of Truth. So that was number 6. Headed into the top 5 now. I've got one from Vault Comics, Lunar Room, issue number 2 from Danny Lore and Georgia Sposito. What is the Lunar Room and how can it give Sin her werewolf side back? Zero has put a tempting offer on Sin's plate, one that might give her back everything she's lost, but it also is going to put Sin and Zero in the middle of a lot of powerful, greedy people. Also, meet the newest addition to Gloria's criminal empire as Angie shows them the ropes, because the list of don'ts in Solar City is a mile long. Issue 2 coming out this week. Issue 1 was a fantastic read. Another great Vault Comics story that's been coming out here. And Danny Lore, they do a great job with the writing and execution of the story. So this is my number 5 pick this week. Number 1 is a new story from Vault Comics, and that is We Ride Titans. This one from Trace Dean and Sebastian Perez. That's right, Sebastian Perez. The art from Sebastian is phenomenal. So I've come across Sebastian in a heavy metal story, Black Beacon, but also from an independent comic writer at Baltimore Comic Con in a small story that eventually will get expanded. So I've got this artist on my radar, and that's what caught my attention initially with this book. But this description has me hyped for the story. Kaiju hit hard, family hits harder. Trying to keep your family from imploding is a tall order. Kit Hobbs is about to find out it's an even taller order when that family has been piloting the Titan that protects New Hyperion from kaiju for generations. Between a spiraling brother, a powder keg of a father, and a whole bunch of 20-story monsters, she's got her work cut out for her. So, yeah, just very, very excited to check this one out. Is my number 4 pick this week. And the next couple, 2 of them talked about before, absolutely always going to be in my top 5 reads when they come out, I have a feeling. And then number 1, we've got a number 1. So, coming in at number 3 from Image Comics, What's the Furthest Place from Here, issue number 3 from Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss. It's a double-sized issue again, double-sized 3rd issue. The gang finds a clue about Sid's disappearance, but it's not what they hoped for. And sometimes a cozy home, a cup of cocoa, and a slice of raccoon pie aren't as kind as they seem. Time to fight some grown-ups. So we're getting some action here. New things, plots unfolding. This is such an interesting world that they're building, and I really want to know what more. It's just gotta, each issue has me asking more and more questions, wanting to know more about the world, and they keep adding and building. And it's just been phenomenal so far in the first 2 issues. I'm ready for issue number 3. And don't have to wait much longer. So coming at number 2 this week, finally should be getting this one on New Comic Book Day in theory, because this one was one I added to my pull list late, so the ordering went a little weird at first. But from Blue Juice Comics, we've got Billy the Kit, issue number 4 from Justin Gray and Barry McLean. In the wake of his mentor's death at the hands of Coven of Witches, Billy is left alone to complete his quest and defeat the forces of evil plaguing the Wild West. His continuing saga leads him into a small mining town overrun with vampires looking for something buried deep beneath the desert. What evil lurks in the mines, and does Billy have the strength to battle a town possessed? This rabbit is just... The story about this rabbit is just such a great, great story. The art is phenomenal. The story and the writing on this, the dialogue especially, just comical dialogue in places you don't expect it. Great action sequences we got going on, and 3, some things in 3 caught me by surprise. A little sad about them, but I think it was in the scheme of looking at the hero's journey and things like that. Not too surprising retrospectively, but great story. So Billy the Kit number 4 is my number 2 pick this week. And coming in at number 1 is one that I've been waiting for a while. It's on my wall in a poster right now. That is Joe Hill's Reign number 1, co-written Joe Hill and David Boer, with art by Zoe Thorogood. It's the premiere of this 5-issue miniseries. And it's also the first in Chris Ryall and Ashley Wood's new Syzygy publishing imprint line of titles at Image Comics. So that's a pretty cool thing there as well, a new imprint at Image. But here is the story. On a seemingly normal August day in Boulder, Colorado, the skies are clear and Honeysuckle Speck couldn't be happier. She's finally moving in with her girlfriend Yolanda, but their world is literally torn apart when dark clouds roll in and release a downpour of nails, splinters of bright crystal that shred the skin of anyone not safely under cover. Rain makes vivid this escalating apocalyptic event as the deluge of nails spreads across the country and around the world, threatening everything young lovers Honeysuckle and Yolanda hold dear. So begins a gripping 5-issue presentation of New York Times bestselling author Joe Hill's acclaimed novella, adapted by rising stars David Boer and Zoe Thorogood and Chris O'Halloran doing the colors. Zoe Thorogood's art is always something that I enjoy. The impending blindness of Billy. I'm blanking. But the art she wrote that whole story and did all the art. It was fantastic. I got a couple covers. Her work on Haha, just phenomenal art. And David Brewer. Sadly, I cannot say I've read Kanto yet. It's still on my to-do list. But writing on Killer Queens was fantastic. So I very much am looking forward to this story. That's why I put the poster on the wall. I'll have a copy of the book soon, and it will probably end up on the wall somewhere else too. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. I cannot wait. And it is my #1 pick this week. So go get your comics today. Check out some of these books that I talked about. Really think they are worth the read. If you're not reading some of the ongoing ones, go check out. Some of them have trades out. Some of them you can get those back issues still. So check them out. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Did I miss something this week from indie comics? What are you picking up this week? Let me know down below. Drop a like on the video. And if you aren't subscribed, go hit that button down below right now. And collect what you love, guys. See you next time.